Welcome to the series where I test out the OSRS Wiki money-making guides. I started this series almost a year ago, and since then we've tried out multiple methods even if they're a little silly, such as picking bananas or even flax. If you enjoy these types of videos, then feel free to check out the playlist that I've made for them, and feel free to leave a suggestion down in the comments for a method that you'd like to see tested. With that being said, let's get into the video. So for today's video, we'll be taking a look at killing Urium shades. Now, I did do a video in the past on cremating the shades, but this time we'll be actually gathering the shade remains ourselves. So requirements for this is 80 fire making, 80 in your combat stats. Now the wiki does estimate that we can get about 140 kills, and profit is around almost $500,000 an hour, so not bad. As for the inputs, we'll be bringing some divine combat potions, super combat potions, and some prayer potions as well, so yeah. Also experience, you can expect experience in combat, hit points, and slayer, if you are on a slayer task, I suppose. Now, the reason why you'll need at least 80 fire making is because you do need the gold key, and that can be obtained either by burning the Urium remains, but that requires 95 fire making, or burning the fire remains, which requires 80 fire making. This will give you a chance at getting the gold key. So that's why you need the fire making requirement. And no, you can't buy the gold key, unfortunately. Here's just a short clip of me showing you how to do it. I put the redwood pyre logs on there along with the remains, and then I used the tinderbox to light it. And over here on the pedestal, you'll notice that we get a gold key crimson. It doesn't matter what color of gold key you get as long as it's gold. Alright, and as for the gear setup, all we're bringing is our best strength bonus that we have. So I'm bringing full bandos, primordial boots, ferocious gloves, berserker ring imbued, a verdant defender along with the abyssal whip, the salve amulets, the Rada's blessing 4, the Nate's Not face guard, and my cheese cape. In the inventory we have the max cape for teleports to the POH to heal up, and for the crafting guild to bank all of our remains. We have the gold coffin, which lets us store another full inventory of remains in here. We have the Mauritania legs to teleport to the area that we need to go to. We have the gold key to grant us access to the area that we need access to. And we have a divine super combat potion as well as a prayer potion. Now as for getting there, we'll be using our Mauritania legs to teleport to Berg Teleport. And from here we can just run north. Alternatively, you could buy these Morton teleports, but they are very expensive. Yeah, they're closer to the area and you don't need the Mauritania legs if you are buying these, but once again, they are very expensive and I don't recommend buying them. So here we are, we're running past the area where we get the key and where you cremate the remains. Continue running north. And here is the entrance to the area. Make sure you have your golden key so that you can actually access this place. We'll go through these doors right here, the solid steel door. The gold key will allow us to go through any door we want to in this area. Then go through here, through the solid gold door, and this is where we will be doing the 1 hour. Just kill these little floating orange things that you see, and collect the remains. So as for the method, it is very simple. All we're going to be doing is attacking these orange floating things that you see around. Once you hit them once, they will turn into their true form, and then just whip them to death or stab them to death with whatever weapon you brought. Now at first I was just going to leave piety on and not worry about having protect from melee up, especially since we are in some pretty tough defensive gear, but on the first hit I think they hit through it and it was pretty constant, so turns out you do need to have protect from melee up the entire time. And since I just didn't want to waste too much prayer and I don't feel like prayer flicking, I turned off piety and just left the protect from melee spell on, or prayer I mean. Now the only drop these creatures have is their remains, which is why we brought the gold coffin. It allows us to hold another full inventory of the remains, which means we don't have to bank as often, and whenever we do bank, we have a lot more to deposit. Now in order to get the gold coffin, you do need to open up some of the chests that you see nearby, and you have to get the gold locks. Once you have the gold locks, you can bring them to the NPC that is located outside of this area. Bring the gold locks along with your broken coffin, and he can combine them into the golden coffin, which will allow you to hold 28 remains. I'd say it's definitely worth it to grind for this coffin if you are going to do this as a moneymaker, and the way you get the coffin will actually net you some pretty nice money, and
it might be nice enough to the point where you won't even bother killing these Urium shades, since I think it's over a mil and you get some nice XP doing the other method as well, which of course I'll link once again in the description below. And besides getting the gold locks, you can also get a bunch of other alchables while opening up the chest, as well as the Zealot outfit. The Zealot outfit is actually really cool because it helps out with prayer training, and it's kind of cool looking, so I guess you could use it for Fashionscape as well. If you have the full outfit equipped, you have a 5% chance of a bone or ensouled head not being consumed upon use, and of course this does stack with the Wilderness Chaos Temple altar, where you can save bones at a 50% rate. So yeah, if you wear that along with using that altar, you could save a pretty nice amount of money while training prayer. Now unfortunately you can't deposit directly from the coffin into your bank. You do have to right click on it, hit configure, and hit empty. And since we do have items in our inventory, we do have to do this 2 times. So it can be a little tedious, and it kind of sucks that there's no option to directly deposit everything straight to the bank, but maybe in the future they'll do that. A helpful tip that is actually really cool, but I am not going to be able to do it here unfortunately, is, let me get out of here before I get attacked, is if you've already been here to open up these chests, you'll know that you get attacked by the undead zealots, and if you happen to kill those and pick up their bleached bones, you can use the bones to recharge your prayer to full by bringing them to the altar over here. So if you do have some keys and you want to open up some chests, you might want to kill some of the guys that spawn in there just so you can collect the bones, and whenever you come over here, instead of bringing a prayer potion, you can just bring one of the bones, and this will let you recharge to full. So pretty helpful tip if you do plan on staying here for a long time. So overall, I'd say this is actually a pretty cool place to train. Maybe if I was an Iron Man, I would actually stay down here and train here, because you get some nice combat XP along with some nice rewards from the chest, and of course a chance at the Zealot outfit, and of course you can get the gold coffin, which will help you kill more of these guys in one trip. And this place looks very nice, a lot better than what it used to look like. If you go to one of my older videos, the Fire Shades video, you'll notice that that place was a nasty like yellow color on the floor, and it just wasn't that appealing. I only went there for that one video and I never went back, but now this place looks very cool. And if you notice, for this trip I did use my max cape instead of my cheese cape. I forgot to switch to it whenever I got there, so yeah, missed out on a little bit of efficiency, but it shouldn't be too bad. And speaking of efficiency, if you wanted to, you could bring some sort of spec weapon to get more kills per hour, or maybe even an SGS to help out on your health and prayer. And also, if you aren't banking at the crafting guild and you aren't using an ornate rejuvenation pool, you could use a ring of dueling to go to the Feryx Enclave to bank there and restore your stats there as well. And with that being said, we have approached the end of our 1 hour of killing the Urium shades. Let's go ahead and take a look at how much money we made from this 1 hour.
Alright, so after 1 hour of killing these Urium shades, we managed to get 170 of them. Let's do a price check on that. And it is a total value of 706,000 coins, so not bad. Let's go ahead and head over to the GE and sell them off. I have a feeling though that they're not going to sell for that price. That seemed a little high. That was above 4,000, and I think they sell for like in the high 3,000s, so we probably won't get that amount, unfortunately, but yeah, we'll see. Alright, so I did a little margin check on these items, and it looks like it's even lower than the actively traded price. I'm going to put them in there for 3,800. It does lower it down to 646, but I guess that's fine. It's still decent. And there we go, they instantly sell. The other part of the margin, the higher end, was 3,809, but I didn't feel like waiting for it just for an extra 9 coins for each one. But if you do have a lot of these, then yeah, it might be worth doing a margin check on it and selling it for the higher price. So here we are, 646,000 coins from 1 hour of killing these Urium shades. So if we take into account the amount of money we spent on supplies, it was 68,043 GP. Subtract that from the money we made, which was 646,000. That gives us a grand total profit of 577,957 GP from 1 hour of killing these Urium shades. And not only did we make a nice amount of money, but we also got some XP in attack, defense, strength, and hit points. You can also get some Slayer XP if you are on a Slayer task here. I just want to say thanks for checking out the video, and thank you to all the people who have decided to become channel members, with a special thanks to Captain Fat Daddy. Becoming a channel member is one of the best ways to show some extra support, and you get some perks along with it too. Once again, thanks for checking out the video, and if you enjoyed, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and maybe even a subscription. And as always, I will catch you guys in the next episode. later.